JC Latham. Right tackle, number 65. Please, Lord, give me a good O-lineman. Oh yeah, walling a defender off. Like to see it. I like an offensive lineman who actually only has to use one hand. That's what makes Trent Brown so good. Is like, you'll see him just like block a guy with one hand. And I suppose it leaves the other hand to deal with any sort of extra moves that are thrown in, or even like a blitzing player around the perimeter of the blocking scheme. And maybe to keep balance as well. You guys really have to check out my Trent Brown highlight tape, man. And who else is making offensive lineman highlight tape? Like, I feel like I've been doing that for years, and it's kind of like a niche corner of the market that I'm doing pretty well on. Like, maybe I should create a playlist of just offensive lineman tape. Anyway, Latham. Getting outside. He's a bit lazy there. He's just running past guys. Really, you should just be trying to dominate anyone you get in the vicinity of. Great job just herding the defender around. Ooh, I like this receiver. Who dat? Damn. That was nice. Here he is. Getting to the second level. Driving outside. Pancaking, really. I like him a lot. Would like him to stick his blocks a little bit more, but the initial contact's really good. And again, what I'm harping on about all the time is just like driving guys outside to give more space for the ball carrier. And on the second level, he doesn't really show great awareness as to who to block. Like, he should really be blocking this guy. But he kind of gets a bit greedy and tries to go up to the next level. Picks up that blitzer well. Doesn't really keep his feet. But very sturdy player. I think he's going to be hard to bull rush. And again, I'm harping on this stuff, but his eyes are down. Like, you've got to be looking up. Like, you can identify who's a really smart player, even based on pre-snap. Like, this guy's looking in to see what's going on, right? Probably like to keep an eye on who his primary defender is too. This guy's eyes are up. This guy's eyes are down. A bit too down. A bit too down. They're down. Maybe it's a coaching point. I don't know. This guy's a little bit aware of what's going on. I don't like this guy's stance because he's looking straight down. It's just like... And that's part of staying healthy, is knowing where like everyone is on the field and trying to avoid unnecessary contact. And all these guys are just like... Damn, this guy's got physical ability, that's for sure. Yeah, I like him. Look, great offensive linemen are hard to come by. So, early first round pick, I think. That's his value, for sure. So, you've watched my previous video on offensive linemen, where I evaluate like guys who are ahead of Latham on Kuiper's big board. And I'm just throwing absolute shade. Joe Alt, undraftable. Troy Fatanu, undraftable. Talisa Fuaga, undraftable. So you might think that I'm just an absolute offensive lineman hater, but Guyton is the real... Latham is the real deal. So, good for him. Damn, a lot of right tackles are being highly touted. Cut blocks suck. I suppose it keeps the defensive lineman honest, but... Oh, really good pick up there in space. Like, he basically forced this defender to just pathetically... Like, this is really weak ball carrying, because this is just an arm tackle that a competent player would actually just overcome. And this right tackle gets out in space and recognizes that these guys are accounted for, and then so moves to the defensive back and gets enough presence to affect the block, but just weak-ass ball carrying. I'd like him to be a bit more assertive. Nice little jab. Oh, God, he's got to use his length to keep the defender away from his body, because here the defender just uses that technique to essentially get rid of the block entirely, and then he doesn't try and recover. So good initial contact. Would like him to drive a bit with his legs. He's a bit of a reacher. And then at this point, the block isn't lost, because now you can essentially just push the guy off to the side, but he just gives up and like essentially pushes his defender into the ball. That's good pickup. I think guys are going to be able to beat him outside, because he's just not really willing to get out there necessarily. But yeah, these pass blocking sets are really good. Shows good balance, pointing his hips towards the defender and the sideline to keep the defender away from the ball. This is a theory I've had, is that like a lot of teams are actually paying their right tackles a lot of money. Like Jawan Taylor, $20 million a year for the Chiefs is at right tackle. And is that strategy to like put your best offensive lineman at right tackle so that rather than like protecting the blind side, as left tackles have traditionally had to do, having a dominant right tackle means that the quarterback knows that they can usually roll out to their right, and if they're a right-handed player, then that opens up more throwing lanes once you scramble outside. Like, I think that might be a trend that's happening, because you've got some really highly ranked offensive linemen here actually at right tackle, whereas like maybe in the past even the best right tackles would be projected to go in like the late first round. And you know, mind you, this is like middle of the first round. Just a theory I've got. Don't like that he's walking there. Look at those crowds, man. Imagine playing in front of that. Making plays in front of that. Alright, that's really good. Stepping inside. Not sure about his hand placement. Would like him to get inside his pads more, whereas this is more outside, where a good defensive lineman could angle in and then give a spin move or something like that. But good enough initial contact to block for at least the first few seconds. See, again, he just allows defenders to follow the play. I'd like him to stick his blocks more. But as an offensive tackle, I think probably I'd be okay with him going in the second round. Where's our boy Amarius Mims here? Someone in the Steelers subreddit was saying we should draft this guy because he's 6'7", 340. Okay, but can he block? Nope. Rough rep there. So he's 6'7", 340. It's just, in my opinion, I would take a guy who's like 6'3" and like 290 over him if that guy has great technique. Because that extra size doesn't count for much if you just don't know what you're doing. And we shouldn't just be rewarding guys for essentially just like, 6'7", 340, okay, to be 340 pounds and like a pro athlete, you've got to be in good shape. But being 6'7" is kind of unearned. So if you're constantly giving opportunities to guys who have good physical traits but don't love the game, where they're watching film all the time and they're not practicing their skill set, then they're going to be inferior players. And you shouldn't just look at a guy's measurables and say, yes, he's going to be a good player, because so much more goes into it. Yes, they're going to have a better natural ability, most likely. Like, he's going to be able to cover more space physically if he has the right technique because he's so large. But give me a short little player anytime if they have more efficient technique to move around and also can actually identify what their job is. So let's see if Mims can do it. Gets outside, but he's just allowing the inside rush a bit too much, which is my pet peeve for offensive linemen. I don't want defenders in my face. That's really good identification. I like that. Shows pretty good awareness, I think. Yeah, see? He sees that defender back off, so he changes his assignment. But he really should have just picked up this guy initially. He got greedy here and moved on to double team this guy. No use having a double team if there's your primary assignment is in the backfield. Brr, brr. Should get his hands inside right on the chest of the defender there. Ooh! Damn. That's quite the highlight there. Come on, you can do better than that. Stay with him. Drive him into the dirt. Don't just push him away. Actually grab hold of him and then try to destroy him. That's a bit of a push in the back. Which, is that allowed in this sport? I don't think it is it? Again, allows this defender in the backfield. He's alright. Probably third round. Yeah. Alright. Great. I'll get some interior offensive linemen. Already graded for Tanor. Wouldn't draft him. I'll be releasing some more offensive tackles later on. JC Latham's really good and Tyler Guyton's really good. Little disclaimer there. Alright, we got Barton, number 1 ranked center. Here he is. Wait a minute. He's number 62. He's not black. Oh, is he playing at tackle? So this Kuiper's saying he'll be converted to interior. Is that right? I don't think I'm going to dive as deep into the techniques with these potential draftees because a lot of them just aren't even worth that time and attention. I might just credit them when they're doing something really good and diss them when they're doing something really bad. I don't mind him so far. Allowing the rusher inside. It's always just the same old stuff. JM playing pretty hard there. That's good. Would prefer him to push out more. Mid-round grade. We're going to be flying through them, I think. It'd be nice if Mr. Do a Barrel Roll told us what the numbers were of these guys. Sometimes they do, sometimes he doesn't. Powers Johnson. Okay, so this guy's an actual center. Ragdolling a guy. Love to see it. Push him outside. Let some guys in behind him in the run game. Always take out the highest threat. Oh, that was a good pass off. These guys are pretty good so far. Better than the linebackers. But he's just allowing the rushes inside. It's just not balanced enough. Isn't directing opponents where he should. Again, allows this free rusher. A better defender would have probably TFL'd this because of the center's incompetency. See? Right pass. Could have been a TFL. And again, allowing a free runner. Like, the only thing stopping you from keeping a block is your own effort. And I suppose your fitness level as well, which comes down to preparation. So I'd give a mid-round grade on Jackson Powers Johnson too. Any other Oregon offensive players I can evaluate while I'm here? No. Alright, West Virginia. Zak Frazier, number 54. Gets to the second level, doesn't really block anyone, ends up on his hands and knees. Isn't directing anyone anywhere. Allows this rusher inside. Oh, it was a screen, so I guess you can give him a pass on that. He's reasonably mobile, but maybe a little bit gumpy. And just doesn't stay in front of his man. Nah. He ain't it. So I've already evaluated Amarius Mims, who's okay. Sedrick Van Pran, number 63, is the centre. Cut block, which I don't really like. Ooh. Moves a guy way out of, like, pancakes him essentially, so that's good work. Gets to the second level. Ooh. Ooh, I like him. I just wish these guys would just try and clean out the running lane a little bit more rather than just like finding a body. Like dominate, have great balance, shifty feet, and just drive a guy completely out of the way. Wash him out of the play. Okay, this is a bad rep. This guy could just, if he had a little bit more dip, could get right through this right guard, and the centre should have been helping in on it. So that's a bad rep there. But he shows some ability to help out, which is what a centre. I love a good agile centre who can move around and evaluate where the threats are. I reckon. I don't know. There's not all that many like decent offensive linemen in the league. Like Carolina just signed Robert Hunt and Damian Lewis to $20 million a year and like $15 million a year respectively. Both of them suck. You can watch my evaluations on them on my channel. So the league's just got a dearth of... does dearth mean a lot? It's got a shortage of great talent on the interior, so I think probably third round grade, but if he's taking the second, I think that would be alright based on his talent. Alright, any other Georgia o-lineman? I already got Mims, so we'll move on from him. Wisconsin offense. Who are we looking at? Tanor Bortolini. Center. Again, not driving a guy outside. I could just repeat myself with a lot of these techniques. Allows this inside rusher, who would exploit him if he was better. So you got to. I want the offensive lineman to drive a guy off the line, but not lunge, because that way all it takes is a little side swept move, and the lineman could end up on their face. You just got to have balance with everything that you do. See, if this defensive lineman had any hand movement skills at all, swiping away, the center would be toast, I think. And he's not looking for work. Like, what could have happened here is he could have had vision and absolutely blocked the shit out of number 85 here, but he doesn't bother getting out there. So his motor's a bit of an issue, I think. Poor balance. He ain't got it. Wouldn't draft him. Any other Wisconsin guys? Beaux Limmer. 55. Okay, so he is the center. Will all of these guys get drafted? Maybe not. Anyway, I like finding a diamond in the rough, even if they're really low down the rankings. Okay, so I've talked about this a lot. Maybe I should make like a underrated fundamentals of football video, just so I don't have to repeat myself all the time. But his eyes are just down and not really surveying what the defense is doing. So, like post snap, suddenly he's got to figure out what's going on, and he's going to miss a lot of blocking assignments as a result, having to make things up on the fly. Misses the first level entirely, which might have been in his assignment, but I just don't like that technique. Like, at least body a guy or two guys before moving to the next level, if possible. But instead, he basically makes his guards have to block one-on-one. And look, it doesn't really work out that well, does it? God. Do I even have to explain myself here? Matt Lee. Number 55. Okay, missed 2 blocks immediately there. Good pass off there, but again, just... Alright, up until here, it was good, but now I want him to just basically just corral the defender all the way outside the quarterback. And that's where, like, even interior offensive linemen should have offensive tackle fundamentals of, like, furthest path possible to the ball. So make this defender go all the way around. But instead, he doesn't angle his body enough where he can kind of get driven back into the quarterback's lap a little bit. So that's just poor angling there. Alright, at this point, I think, you know, this defensive tackle's so far away from the quarterback, he's not really a threat. I feel like the center's got to backtrack and potentially take out this guy if he beats the right tackle. Or just be like an extra line of defense. You know, a double team this far away from the quarterback is not really needed. Like, he should be backtracking and helping out. Yeah, again, not angling the defender away from the ball. So for that reasons, I'm out. Drake Nugent. Would have preferred him to just stick on that first block first because it wasn't really taken care of. Oh, really good blitz pick up there. Like, he knows he's about to get hit and he handles it really well. Shows good awareness of what's going on, but doesn't have his block stick properly, which is probably a hand placement issue. Like, just tries to hit him rather than stay engaged. He's got a decent understanding of angles, but he's just not forceful enough. He just loved tapping this guy, and he's not looking for more work. Because that guy was handled. And, you know, good initial contact, but now this defender's running free because of his lack of effort. So I would say mid-round grade. Not bad, not great either. No. Dylan McMahon. Come on, give me a fucking good player, please. $54. Good pass off, but just poor balance, poor angles. Yep, allows a defense to... No, wouldn't draft him. That's it. Jump in my comments if you've got a problem with me moving on from this guy that quickly. To Nourzad. That was alright, push-pull technique. He's okay. Again, like him to get more depth so he can help out against this guy, because this guy's not really a threat as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to say late round grade. Oh, I missed out on Zinter with the Michigan tape. Right guard. Make him go outside. There we go, but allows the spin inside. I mean, there's nothing stopping an offensive lineman from hustling to the ball, because what if there's a fumble? Like, you could save your team the possession by falling on it. Like, Barnhart's doing it there, but the right guard was nowhere to be seen. I think he's got a alright initial contact, but like the true greats play until the whistle and are dominant until the whistle, which, you know, you can only really accomplish through great technique. So even a guard I think needs to just, alright, even have awareness of what's going on. Like, the right tackle gets beat like a drum. So that's where the right guard needs to backtrack and potentially help out against the right tackle. But instead, it's a pressure. So probably late round grade on Zinter. We got... Is that from this season? I prefer to only evaluate like the most recent possible tape. $64. I think he's the right guard. Good get off from the snap. He's probably mobile enough to play tackle even. He's got good feet, I think. Just a little bit wild. I like him to be a little bit more composed. Probably late round grade. I'll keep looking at this, but it'd be nice if Barrel Roll named all the guys every time. Can't have everything in life, and it's a free freaking service, man. Like, I'm trying to get some views and shit, but if it doesn't translate to cold hard cash, then it's just like, so oftentimes I'm very unmotivated because it hasn't translated to anything material. Okay, number 67. Where are ya? These jerseys are making it hard to find the players, isn't it? That's 77. Where's our guy? Is he playing left tackle? He might be. Yeah, that's him there. Okay, don't jog while your defender might fucking take your teammate's head off. I swear some guys get drafted just for measurables alone, because this guy hasn't got the technique or the effort. And, you know, pre-snap, he doesn't know what's going on to his left. So this safety could come down and blitz, and then it's an immediate potential strip sack. But he's not aware of it because he's looking down and forwards. Misses the block entirely. Fuck me. 4th overall guard, are you kidding me? $73. There he is, jogging. Okay, so he's the pulling right guard here, I think. Yeah. Well, that's an example where you should have vision no matter what position you play, because this guy doesn't see his teammate, and boom, head clash. They're moving this guy around a lot, so they must trust his mobility. But he doesn't know what he's doing. Push him outside. Make the defender go all the way over here. Okay? Just allows him to stand him up. And this is against a 1-6 Yukon team. Like, if he can't dominate freaking 1-6 Yukon defensive linemen, then he shouldn't be in the NFL. The NFL is supposed to be the best of the best, not just the best looking guys in pads. Alright, lazy, just, well, I can't really be bothered getting over here. So I'll just hold on to this guy to make it look like I'm working. Cooper Beebe, number 50. Please give me a good player. Good one-hand technique. I like to see that. Because it frees up the other hand to help out and do other things. Like, if you can block a guy with one arm, like, that's some impressive shit. Alright, looking for work. Would rather him just hold the block rather than just do a lazy push. Or shove. Man, this guy's got some size. That was a great catch, damn. It's tough to do. Okay, look, he didn't even dominate a freaking, what is that, a safety or a linebacker? Like an undersized linebacker. Late round grade. This might be a copy and paste name. Number 78. Okay, he's playing right tackle. His team here. Oh, gave up that short yardage play single-handedly. See, look, there's a common trend where all these guys are like one of the biggest players on their team, but they just don't know how to play. So who gives a shit? Like, there's a baseline level of size and athleticism you need to play, but after that, it's all technique, I think. And I guess, like, keeping in good physical shape. Again, running around like a headless chicken. If you're not playing with authority, then you're probably not a great player. But he shows some understanding of angles. So far, the only players I've been super impressed with, I think, in my entire... Like, I've evaluated, I don't know, at least 50 players from this draft class. It's Drake May and Terrion Arnold. And that's freaking it. Maybe a late round grade on that dude. Uh-oh, we got some low-res shit up in here, boys and girl. To quote Major Kill. What the book is this shit? Oh, is it called Boise State Jackrabbits? Oh, sorry, South Dakota State Jackrabbits. Is that it? Okay, so he is actually the left guard here. Again, very passive lineman. Isn't really looking to enforce... Oh my goodness. I like this receiver. That's great balance. He's confident enough in his athleticism to juke. That was a great play. Oh, that's a good hit. Nope. Layden Robinson. 64. Right guard by the look of it. Nope. Alright, that's his... He just allowed a sack. Because this guy's coming in with a massive head of steam. That's his responsibility now. So I wouldn't draft him. Coleman, left guard. Are we sure about that? Number 77, are we sure? Yeah. That is correct. The fuck was that? I think he's playing left tackle in this game. He just made a potential touchdown saving play. So why would the evaluators say, oh no, this guy's a guard at the next level? He's playing okay at tackle. But shit, he's just not impactful enough. So late round pick. He's got something that... not all that much. Alright, I might as well finish off these offensive linemen. These are the top 10 players at each position according to our boy Mel Kiper, which is generally probably like in line with the consensus. So it's a bit disturbing that I haven't found like a really great player in this entire time. So we'll finish off here. We'll go... So in a previous video, which I'll edit together to combine with this one, we'll be adding Latham, Guyton and Mims. And now we'll just do this last four in the offensive tackle group. And then my pain is over. Morgan. Left tackle. Misses the defensive end entirely. Misses this defender entirely. Fucking hell. These guys don't know the game, man. They've probably watched like 5 minutes of film in their entire life. Or they just haven't been taught properly, or like, you know, they're in the film room every day, but they actually don't comprehend what's going on. Oh, shit, a brick. Roger Rosengarten. 73. Here he is, right tackle. Whoa, he's mobile, but again, doesn't know what he's doing. Jogging while his teammate's getting wrecked. This is another reason why, as an offensive lineman, you need to just drive a defender exactly where you want them to go, because this is a battered ball because the offensive lineman doesn't do his job properly. Alright, beaten by a nice swipe move. And, you know, this defender doesn't have great dip, and Rosengarten or whatever still got beaten pretty badly. But at least directed him outside, so that's something. But, yeah, he just ain't got it. Maybe a late round pick, but... Kingsley Suamataia, left tackle. I'd have to live in Polynesia for like 6 months to be able to like reliably pronounce these guys' names. Or maybe I'd need to put in more effort. See, sometimes blockers change assignment, maybe not even because they chose to. Hey, that's good angling. Good work. And I think when you keep your arms, elbows attached to your hips and you have your hands out like that, you're going to be much stronger in your base when blocking, and that's what he does here. See, look, his elbows are kind of attached to his hips, giving him a stronger base, and that's what allows him to keep the defender on his hip. That was a clean enough pocket for this quarterback to make a throw 20 yards down the field, which is what you want. Misses this blocker and this defender entirely, so that's not a good look. Yeah. Look, most of these guys are not going to cut it in the NFL, dude. Unless they get coached up like crazy. But frankly, if you're not at a great level, there's plenty of guys, I'm sure, plenty of great offensive linemen somewhere in the nation. And so if you want to be one of the best in the best, you have to be better at this point in your career. So, you know, late round pick, if at all, for this guy. And now, can Patrick Paul out of Houston, can he redeem all of these mediocre guys? You know, if you guys get around my videos enough, you subscribe, hell, even if you subscribe to my website, pay me $3 a month to get access to all my videos and an email every 10 days of some interesting shit. I will continue and maybe look at the offensive linemen who are on NFL scouts' radars according to certain media outlets like Walter Football and other websites have big boards of guys like that might be like 30. The list might be 30 strong on each position, and I love digging deep and going down those lists and finding like, oh wow, the 27th guy best guy, according to pundits, is actually like an outstanding player. Like, I love that feeling of finding a guy that no one else seems to care about. So if you want to see that sort of shit, you got to keep getting around my videos. Patrick Paul here. That's a bad drop. My old man said, in the ball sports I've played in my life, if you can get two hands to the ball, you should come down with it. Lamb inside rush. I don't think he's going to be our Messiah here, guys. Again, just whiffing. So that's it. So what names stick out? Latham, Guyton, I'll have to watch the video over to... it'll be in my thumbnail. I'll probably have like 3 tiers of guys who are like... There was like 2 guys who I think could be... There was a handful of guys who I thought would be mid-round grade, a whole bunch who were late-round grade, and then most of them I wouldn't even draft. Look, do I have to keep repeating this cringe fucking promotion bullshit? But look, if you want to look at a great offensive lineman, watch my Ryan Kelly highlight tape. He knows what he's doing. And then, of course, underrated sports vids. We got best plays from the 2019 NFL draft 3 years on, which includes like Yodny Kajust, Isaiah Prince. So there's some offensive linemen we can all learn from. Tyler Linderbaum is in this thumbnail for this video, which you have to pay for, by the way. $2.50 to get these tier 2 videos, or like I said, $3 a month to watch all the videos. Tyler Linderbaum is really good, and Tyler Smith of the Dallas Cowboys is really good from this 2022 draft class. So yeah, hope you're having a good time of your life, guys.